Yeah, g'day guys, welcome back to Gone Travelling Oz. So in this episode we're going to have a look at the DeWALT 54V battery operated chainsaw. I've been looking around for a battery operated chainsaw for a little while, so I've got DeWALT tools, so I thought why not let's have a look at the DeWALT chainsaw. But anyway, let's get into this episode. Righto guys, as I said, I'm going to do a quick review on the 54V DeWALT chainsaw. So I've got DeWALT tools, so all I had to do is buy the skin. Had a bit of a read up online. They do have pretty good reviews, so I've got a bit of wood behind me here, so I'm just going to run it through. So just a little bit about it. So it's 4.42 kilos, so it's good for obviously caravanning. Obviously you don't want to be lugging a big massive chainsaw around. This thing comes with a 16-inch bar. It's got 115 mils of oil, so that's the only thing you got to carry around is a bit of oil. But you know, if it's like any other chainsaw, you should be able to do a fair bit of cutting to a tank of obviously oil. Now I've checked on the DeWALT website and they claim that this machine will do 65 cuts of a 6-inch by 6-inch log. Well, hypothetically, you're going to be taking this in your caravan or your motorhome and all that, so you're not going to be cutting massive loads of wood. You know, you're probably going to cut possibly the size of your arm, your leg, that sort of size wood. So you're going to get plenty of use out of it. And obviously, once you finish using it, just chuck it on the charger and charge it back up ready for next time. So it comes with a 3-year warranty, which is pretty good, so I'm happy with that. And the best thing about it, it's got no pull start, so if you've got a bad back or you struggle to start a normal chainsaw, this is easy. Pretty sure I haven't used it. This is brand new out of the box. I've literally had it for a couple of weeks and this is the first time I've used it, so I'm keen to learn how it's going to work and how easy it is to cut. So without further ado, I'll set up a couple of pieces of wood and we'll get into it. Right, now before we start cutting the wood, I probably should have a bit of a look at it and probably show you what I've learned so far about it. So obviously it's got a 16-inch or a 40-centimeter cutting bar, which is ideal. I don't think you want any bigger than that. Probably even a little bit smaller. You probably even go 12, 14-inch would probably be just as good. So these things, you don't need any tools with them. So if you obviously want to get to the bar or change the chain, it's just as simple as unscrewing it and taking the cover off the chain guard here. It just unscrews, pops off, and there you go. You've got access to your chain and your bar if you need to replace it. So this one here, obviously this is your tensioner. So obviously one way is to loosen your chain, and then obviously the other way is to tighten your chain. So I'm not going to go into how tight the chain should be, as long as it's firm. But if you've got a chainsaw, you know how to use a chainsaw, you should know how to do that. I'm not going to suck eggs and tell you how to do it. And then obviously on the other side, at the front here, is your port here for your bar oil. Easily just unscrew it and it just pulls out, and that's it. So I'll go ahead, I'll get it all set up, I'll chuck some oil in here, I'll put the battery in, and we'll get cutting. Rightio guys, so I've got it all set up. I'll just I'll make a couple of cuts and see how it goes. I'm excited. Tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with that. That did that with absolute ease. I've got a little bit bigger one here, so I'll have a chomp into that. Righto guys, so obviously we probably wouldn't be going to cut this when we're out in the bush, but I'm curious to see how well this machine cuts that big piece of wood. Wow, that's pretty impressive. As you can hear, it did struggle a little bit, but as I said, you're not going to be cutting big stuff like that. You know, you're more going to be cutting stuff the size of that. So, all in all, I'm pretty impressed with that. Not a bad little bit of kit. Alright guys, I'm seriously impressed with that little machine, how well it cut that wood and how effortless it did it. Obviously you can see with the bigger one it did struggle a tad. This is only a 6 amp hour battery. Obviously you can get a bit bigger battery, 9 amp hour or even a 12 amp hour, so they'll probably chew through those big ones a lot better, but we're not going to be out in the bush cutting massive loads of wood. We're just going to be cutting off small pieces of wood. Obviously yay big, size your leg, size your arm, just for a little bit of a bucket fire through the night. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that little episode. If you do, and this sort of content interests you, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And guys, until next time, cheers.